Hey everyone, it's Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys a little video. Yeah, decided to do something kind of new because recently I've been starting collecting cassette tapes now. I've have a bunch, mostly just hand-me-downs. I mean, I only have now like 35 or something like that. But yeah, I just decided I want to showcase them all. So yeah, he'll probably be a shorter video, but I'll try yeah, I'm probably just rambling on around. Let's get started. First off, we'll start with Accept, Balls to the Wall. Some just straight up heavy metal right here. Yeah, it's pretty much probably one of my favorite Accept albums, and just some classic Accept, like Udo Dirkschneider and the Boys Can Do No Wrong. Next up, we got Anthrax, Sound of White Noise. This is actually the first album that they did with John Bush on vocals, and it's a pretty solid album. And I also have this compilation album of theirs, Attack of the Killer Bees, on cassette, which actually has their collaboration with Public Enemy with Bring the Noise. And it just has like some different versions, and they actually had re-recorded their own like rap metal version cover song of I'm the Man, which was originally done like 88 or something. But yeah, moving on, we have the Urban Discipline by Biohazard, just some straight up just heavy hardcore shit. And we can't forget the OGs, the ones that started it all. We got I have Black Sabbath, Master of Reality on cassette. Great album of theirs. Like old school Sabbath is the best. And I think I showcased this in my unboxing of their new album. I got the new Black Dahlia Murder album on cassette, and as you can tell, it's a green tape right here, so that's pretty cool. Well, most of these are black tapes, so I'm not gonna just showcase them, but first off, I gotta have the very first Body Count album on cassette, and this one doesn't have Cup Killer, but the one I have on CD does, so yeah, that's pretty cool. Then we have Danzig to Lucifuge. I think this is just a clear cassette right here. Then we have a classic thrash, Exodus, Impact is Animate, because fucking Exodus. It's a clear tape. Next up we have another one. My classic album right here, The Real Thing by Faith No More. Another great album of theirs. Comes with like a little blue tape, blue liner thing, which is just pretty cool. Next up we have just like my only non-metal cassette right here, which is Ice-T with Home Invasion. Can't go wrong with some old school rap right here. And then we have Infectious Screws, The Plague That Makes Your Booty Move. It's the Infectious Screws. It's their debut album, and this was actually very hard out of print, just like the CD I have. And I also have this on CD, but heard this one is out of print, and hard to believe next year this will turn 30 years old, which is nuts. Next up we got pretty much my favorite band ever. I have Iron Maiden, Killers. A great album up there. It's sort of like the classic and like the whole Paul Di'Anno stuff. Can't go wrong with old school Maiden. I only need more Maiden on cassette. I only have this. I have No Prayer for the Dying, which is it's an okay album, but I think around 90s era Maiden was just kind of like their weakest point in my opinion. And I also have a live album of theirs, A Real Dead One, which is just some live stuff recorded back in like 93. Well, it might have been one of the last tours that they did with Bruce before he left. Anyway, next up I got a bunch of stuff from one of the gods of metal, and I don't even need to introduce this. I got some Judas Priest. I got Stained Glass, bleh. Sin After Sin, Point of Entry, the Turbo, which I don't even have this on CD, but I have the cassette of that, and of course my all-time favorite album of theirs, Painkiller. So I have this also on CD and on vinyl, so it's cool to have this on all formats. And not one of my favorite bands, but it somehow ended up in my collection, which is weird, which is Manowar Fighting the War, which, I don't know. No, they just sound a little cheesy to me. Anyway, moving on to the last pile right here. And we have, well, my all-time favorite album period, and I have this like on all formats, which I probably mentioned this before. We have Rest in Peace by Megadeth. Great, my all-time favorite album. I have this. I have the vinyl, and I have an original press on CD signed by Dave Mustaine and David Ellefson when I met them a couple years ago. So yeah, that's a cool thing to have. And I got Melissa by Merciful Fate, just classic right here. And I also have In the Shadows. Next up, we got some Motley Crue. Yeah, I can't go wrong with that. I have oh fuck, this one's called. I think this was Too Fast for Love, I believe. And then we have Girls, Girls, Girls. Dr. Feelgood. Next up, we got Ozzy Osbourne with Diary of a Madman, one of his best albums. And that's the only like Ozzy C tape that I have. Next up, I have Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power, just a heavy album. And we have a couple ones from Saxon. We got Denim and Leather, probably my favorite Saxon album. And I also have Strong Arm of the Law. The Strong Arm of the Law. Can't even speak today. I'm sorry. Next up, we have Skid Row. Just is it actually a compilation of B-sides and stuff? Yeah, it's pretty much the only era with Sebastian Bach. I don't really give a shit about their other new singer. And next up, we got one of my favorite albums period from this band. That'd be Seasons in the Abyss by Slayer. This is the only like Slayer album that I have on cassette. I need to get more at some point. Next up, we got the Suicidal Tendencies with their self-titled album, which came out in 1983. Next up, we got probably my favorite album from this band, and I have it on cassette, which would be Souls of Black by Testament. So it's cool I have this on cassette. I also have the CD of it. I probably will need to get it on vinyl at some point. And the last one to show you is Twisted Sister, Stay Hungry. I love this band. I mean, yeah, I love Twisted Sister. They just fucking roll. So yeah, that's my little cassette collection for you guys. I'll try to collect more at some point. I mean, I have 2 that are on the way from Canada. Hopefully they come soon. Just don't know when, so I'll probably put that in the next music collection update when that will be. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal.